Back again for another gosh darn video. On today's topic, we'll be talking about a woman's purpose. Again, I know, right? That's crazy. A woman's purpose again. But, of course, I'm going to be talking about it in a very different way. Some of it is going to be down the same vein of thought. But, of course, the subject matter will not be as specific as the previous version of this video. This is going to be in addition to the Justification of Multiple Wives strain of thought series. I don't know where you want to go with. So, women, we all know, come in very different form, shape, sizes, different tones, whether it be voice, hair, skin, doesn't matter. They're very different. There's very rarely that you can find two women who are very similar to each other in everything that they do, even if they were twins. Even a lot of twins have, differences in the things that they are able to do, their abilities. They may look the same, but they're two different people, right? But what is the purpose of a woman? Like I briefly touched on in the previous video, her purpose is to serve man. Her purpose is connected to man. But I talked about it in such a way that it was more of the utility of a woman. But this video, of course, like I said, is about the justification of multiple wives. Well, due to a man having the ability to have a purpose and him needing different things, a man also, I don't know why people discount this like we don't have desire or anything like this, but a man also has multiple choice in women. And this is different from selection. I want to make that clear. He is attracted to different types of women. That's just period. If we were attracted to one type of woman, we would find that woman and we would be with her for the rest of our lives because nothing else would be attractive to us, right? But as we know, that is not how male nature works. Literally, we are the backup system for if ever the world came to a crashing halt in regards to the population of people. So, it is also part of our biological programming that we find attractiveness in multiple different types of women. But this can sometimes get out of hand. This is where the versions of toxic masculinity come in. When there is no structure to a man's desire, it becomes toxic. I hate to say it, there's a such thing. If there's a toxic femininity, of course there's a toxic masculinity, but it's not what the feminists say. They're just hypersensitive as usual, as always, right? So when it comes to a man's choice in a woman, he has the desire in different women. That's just the way it is. He likes some thick, short, tall, light, dark, white, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've never met a man that was like, I'm strictly 5 foot, 120 pounds, C cup, little waist. I've never met a man that says this is the type of woman that I want, over and over and over again. If I had the choice of choosing different women, I've seen men that have multiple women who have a certain aesthetic that he likes in his women. For instance, I seen a man who loved Caribbean women, so all of his women were islanders, so they had that aesthetic to them, right? Hold on, let me get this out the way. Everybody wants to message me today. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy, man. But anyway, he likes the aesthetics of the island women. So that's what type of women that he went with. That's all of his women were islander, but they were very different still, nonetheless. One was tall, and I think the other one were kind of short, 5 footish, 5'2", somewhere around there. The other one was like 5'7". But anyways, the way a man goes about choosing women is very, very different from the way that he goes about selecting a woman. When a man chooses a woman, he chooses the woman based upon his inner desire. He chooses the woman based upon what he finds as attractive. And I think the thing that women don't understand is that we are not like you. we're men, we are not like you. I mean, as much as you would love to socialize us to the point where we are like you, that'll never be possible, because we have a different biological system that drives us in very different ways, that creates this social structure that we adhere to as men. It is very different from yours. We do not huddle in groups. We don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't run from the danger. We run towards the danger. There's very clear differences in what we are meant to do based upon our biological drives. And that trickles off into, a social hierarchy of expectations, stuff like that. All the structural things that man has created behind his and her biology, right? But nonetheless, back to the topic. The desire of a man can sometimes, and most times, women need to understand that the key word, most times is very diverse. For you as a woman to expect that a man should find only you and just you attractive is literally looking for someone like a eunuch, somebody who has a very limited outward desire for the opposite sex. That's probably about the closest realistic thing that you're going to get. While there are men who will say, oh yeah, I only want one woman, that's for a reason, but it's not because they're not attracted to them. Just want to make that clear. While a man may find you attractive, your specific way that you attract him, no one else can replicate. This is where you get to feel special, because he likes you for you. Because if he didn't like you for you, he would try to find someone who looked as close to you as possible and get with that chick. But most men don't really do that. And plus, it's impractical as hell anyway. He picks different women because he has a desire in different types of attraction of women. Literally. Why do women come in different shapes and sizes? Why do they come in different shapes and sizes? Why do men come in different shapes and sizes? It's different. The reason why, it's biologically tied, my opinion. But I believe that it is because a more of a metaphysical thing, and that is a man's purpose. There are tall men, short men. There are men who are good with their hands. There are men who are built a certain way. There are men meant to do specific jobs. There are men who can hear really well. There are men who can see really well. These men pick a job specifically based upon their own attributes of what they're good at. And this becomes their purpose, right? But what is the reason for a woman's existence? Why is she so different? Well, if we go back to what is she here for, her existence clearly is tied to man. But once again, why is she so different though? Why is she so different? And why in a lot of populations do women exceed the men? Why is that? I wonder why. Oh, could it be that men have different desires in different types of women? Could it be that? Could it be the reason why? Because everything that you are is tied to a man as a woman. I don't care how you put it. Once again, the only differentiation between that is children. That's the only thing that diverts from that line of thought. But literally, past that point, everything that you are is directly related to a man. So to think that a man should be relegated to, in his desire, mind you, his desire, not your desire, because your desire does not become his desire becomes your desire. That's how it should be. But because that's how you're going to get the most out of your man, right? If you try to hinder him and you try to hold him back from what his desire is, you're going to get less of a man than you would if you had helped him. And the reason why is because his desire is sometimes part of his purpose. And a lot of times his desire is tied to his motivation. When you take a man's desire away, a lot of times his motivation goes along with it. So when you as a woman try to relegate a man to you because of the way you feel, that's a very selfish thing to do. I understand that men and women have to collaborate on some level, but you're putting the cart before the horse on this one, because it is you who should follow his desire. Your desires more than likely will get met unless your desire is completely to be the only woman, which is a selfish desire. I understand that men have proven to be selfish at times, but literally, once again, you get more out of a man if you aid in his own desire. You'll get way more out of him. It's kind of the honey versus shit kind of thing. What kind of shit do you want to attract? Do you want to attract a good and positive and a man wanting to be close to you and support you and protect you and do everything for you because you support everything that he is, including his desires? Or do you want a man who's kind of like, I don't know, she might can bounce because she ain't with everything that I am. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it will come down to that. Because a man's desire has to be addressed at some point in time. Yes, we can purpose, but eventually the desire is going to be that monkey on your back. I'm not speaking for every man, but jeez, I can see it in y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hell, I can see it in myself. I know me. You feel me? But when it comes to women are literally made for a man's desire and his purpose. So if you're willing just to play his purpose and not his desire, then you're half of what you should be to him. Period. Half. Maybe less than that, depending on how important his desire is, because sometimes a man's desire is a little bit higher than his purpose. That will change, hopefully that will change, but sometimes that's not always the case. We're men, we're imperfect beings just like everybody else, but you have to keep in mind that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You have to keep that in mind, right? But when it comes to, like I said, a woman, what are you here for? You're here for the purpose. You're here for the pleasure. So if you are not doing these things, you are not serving your purpose completely. Period. You can't. It's almost like baking a cake and leaving out the eggs. I mean, sure, you'll have a cake, but I mean, will it really taste like a cake? It might look like a cake. You put some icing on it. Well, when you bite into it, it's going to be hard as a rock, probably. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to be, the texture is going to be a little off. The taste is going to be a little off. But it's a cake. It's a cake, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how I look at it. If you give partial of the ingredients, you're not going to get the entirety of what you're trying to accomplish with this man. Period. I'm not saying that you should support immorality. I'm not saying that you support poor decisions. I'm not saying that you should support someone who's abusive. I'm not saying you should support anything that is going to be detracting from what he is supposed to be doing and what his desire is. But what I am saying is, if his desire is something that is, how can I put it, going to be counterproductive, then maybe at that point in time you should readjust what the relationship stands like. You should talk to your partner whatever the case may be, but it shouldn't go on to exist that way. But at any point in time that you are approached with something that is well within your ability, let me make that clear. Ability is just the having the proper tools in order to do something, right? Is having the proper things in order to accomplish a goal. Meaning that if I say to you, what's 2 plus 2? And you tell me 4, that means you have the ability now to do math. You've been had that ability to do math, right? If I tell you, hey, we're going to go up the side of this mountain real quick, and we don't have the proper gear, and we don't have the proper training, we lack the ability to do this. Even if I have everything that I need and you don't, you lack the ability to do this, and I may probably lack the ability to, because I don't have the training, right? But you get what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that if it is well within your means to exact a man's desire, you chose him. You knew what he was about. I hope so, because most men should tell you what they're about right off jump. Here's my purpose. Here's my desire, period. Can you do it? Yes or no? I mean, that's how I am. I'm very straightforward. I'm very, this is what I want. And everything has a purpose to it. Everything has a purpose to it. Even my desire has a purpose. It has a purpose for personal satisfaction. You feel me? And if your job is to please me, you should do what I please. You chose me. Nobody else. You chose me. That's what men are thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I think that all the time when I run across a woman who's kind of like iffy about something, like no, that when you get a slice of bread, the middle also comes with the edges, or otherwise you do not have a slice of bread. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's a whole thing. No matter which part of the bread that you don't like, when you want a slice, you have to accept everything that comes on it. Right? When you want something, like for instance, I have features on my car that I do not like. You know what I'm saying? I do not like for instance, I don't like the way my center console sits. It's kind of uncomfortable, and I wish it has some different, but I love the car. So guess what I have to do? If I love the car, I like majority of the things that it does offer me. The miles per gallon, the comfortability, it can fit my family, right? I like the color, I like the amount of speed I get out of it. I like a lot of things about my car, but that center console, man, I have to accept it. I don't complain. I don't gripe. I just work with what I got. I do what I need to do. I use my center console because I don't have another one. It came with the car. It's not something that I can just be like, you know what? I think I want a different center console in this car. And I think you as the car maker need to figure out how to fix the center console. They're going to look at me like I'm crazy, right? And that's how I look at women when they say, oh, well, I like everything about you, but this comes with the package. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't something that can be swapped out. This ain't Burger King. You know what I'm saying? If you want Burger King, go to Burger King. But this ain't it, baby. You feel me? This ain't it. Or I'll go get you a simp. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. Them niggas are morphing to everything that they possibly can. You feel me? Except for an actual man. You feel me? That's gonna be what you're missing. But that's on you. You can make your decisions as a woman. If you can't handle that a man comes with things that you do not like, and those things are more important than everything that you do like, definitely make a different choice. I'm not going to sit here and say that you should sit in a situation with a man where the things that you do not like about this man outweigh the positive aspects that he has on your life. Although at the same time, women are very emotional. So I can't, I'm kind of, because y'all be making emotional decisions based on your desires, because once again, you chose this man, but now you're choosing to make discrepancies about small things that are not the entirety of the man. Right. So I'm a little iffy about saying that, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and think that most of my female listeners are pretty good about making decisions when it comes to selecting the proper man. I hope you should be listening to my videos. Jeez, I made a lot of them. I think I have something like, between my two channels, I have like 200 plus videos. Jeez, that's a lot of videos. I don't even listen to all my stuff. Jeez. But anyways, literally, your purpose here is to serve in my purpose, serve in a man's purpose, serve in your man's purpose, and to also give him pleasure at his desire. If you are capable of doing it, meaning if he desires you to jump over a mountain, you're not capable of that. That's very irrational for him to request of you. But if he told you to bend over so I can smack that, that's what you better do, because that's what you're here for. Partly, not entirely. But I'm going to add on to that as well, that, because this video is about the justification of multiple wives, right? Part of your responsibility of a woman, once again, is to see that his desires get met. And if he desires multiple women, that's part of your duty. You chose him, remember? You chose him. Nobody else chose him, especially if you're the first woman there, right? You chose him. You chose him. So if you chose a man who was upfront, honest with you, straightforward, no holes, no hesitations, and he told you, hey, in the future there may be another woman, and you accepted that, then it is now your duty to support that in his desire. That's how it goes. I mean, sure, you can back out of the deal, but that will make you dishonorable, and that will carry on you because you didn't follow through with your part of the bargain. He gave you all this provision, all this leadership, all this stuff, and then 6 months down the line, or like 5 years down the line, something like that, you're now questioning if everything that he's giving you is worth what he is now asking you about multiple women. Now he's not asking you, but broaching you with multiple women, and now you're questioning the relationship. Well, you wasn't questioning the relationship the whole 5 years. You was totally fine with everything that you was getting, but when you get to the crust of the bread, now you're wondering if you even want a slice anymore, but you've eaten majority of it. You, that chick that goes to the restaurant, orders some food, gets home, eats majority of it, and just because you don't like that little corner over there, you go back to the store and try to get a full refund. That's you right there. That's you. Don't be that chick. Don't be that chick. Be the woman who supports a man all the way through because he didn't fold or falter on you. Because if he had, you wouldn't be here for 5 years. Believe me. Right? So keep that in mind. Because if you give half of what the agreement is, then you're half of a woman, in my opinion. Half of a woman. But anyways, like, comment, and share. Check me out on Patreon. Check me out on Facebook. I need to upload some more videos there. Jeez, I have so much stuff to do. Someone help me. I don't know. I'll figure this out. Like I said, I'm probably going to get a secretary. Jeez, I need someone to put this stuff together. There are women out there who are definitely are able to do the job. I just don't know if I want to accept their submission. Oh, some of these women are responsibilities, tell me. I'm telling you, man. Jeez. But anyway, until next time, like I said, like, comment, and share. Check me out on the Facebook. I think I personally like Facebook because you can share a lot of videos on there, but I like the Instagram too. Oh, I almost forgot about that. I need to make a list. Somebody help me. But anyways, until next time, this has been the Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day. Yes, you, the one who's listening to this. You, yes, you. May you have a good day. and peace be with you.